Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Ushanka Show, stories about life in the Soviet Union. And today we're going to explore one of the not pretty sides of the life in the Soviet Union, being under investigation by Народный комиссариат государственной безопасности. So it's a People's Commissariat of State Security. So NKVD is внутренняя безопасность, it's inside security. Now it's a state security, so slightly renamed. So as I promised, we're going to look through the files that I purchased recently. And just a reminder, I spent $150 on these files. So if anyone is willing to help, you can tip. There's a little heart with a $sign below this video. But anyways, we'll start with this one. It came from USSR, so that's Estonskaya Sovetskaya Socialistic Respublika, Estonian Soviet Socialist Republic. Dates are... It was started this investigation on May 12, 1948, and it was concluded on July 16, so in 2 months it was all done. It's called Следственное дело, so that's investigation file number 9902, and the person was Kulikova Antonina Petrovna. So it's a female. Antonina is her first name, Kulikova last name, and her father's name was Pyotr. And what's interesting, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's Article 121 of Criminal Code of Russian Federation. So a lady is in Estonia, but she got in trouble according to the Article 121 of Criminal Code of Russian Federation. So that's already pretty strange. And I looked up Article 121, that's another weird thing. It's basically homosexual article. So if you get caught having homosexual intercourse, that was Article 121 at those years. So I'm not sure why, but if anyone have any ideas, they'll be appreciated. And as you see, it was numbers were changed. So it was refiled several years. Last time it says it was verified in 1962. So this is what we got going on, and I want to apologize, I never done videos like this, but I got gloves, so we're good there. So let's go. Okay, so we're opening cover. There's nothing inside, it's just using that's how all the pages were connected together. And we get to the first page. So this is so-called opis. So that's the list of all the items, all the documents that inside of this file. So there's an order of beginning of this criminal case. Number 2, it's an order about arresting the person. Number 3, it's an order about if she can go home and wait, or she has to be remain in prison. This is arrest order number 4. And then personal data of arrested person, anketa. Results, so protocol личного обыска. So when they search your apartment or your house, they have to make a list of all the items that they discovered. So it's number 7. Oh, so that's a personal, so what was found on her body and her clothes. Number 7, it's what was found in her apartment. Then we got a copy, trying to figure out this handwriting. Copia acta of arrest, so it's a copy of her act of being arrested. And then some kvitanция, so some kind of reference paper, number 706. And then she was, after she was detained, she was interrogated. So there's the list of the protocols, so her interrogations. So she was interrogated several times. May 11, May 14, looks like May 16. Then we got number 13. Oh boy, I'm having a hard time reading this. Okay, so this is number 16. it says it tells you what kind of they tell the person it's a protocol. Let's see, заявление обвинения. So they tell her what you're guilty of. What's what we're thinking you're guilty of. It's number 17. No, it's number 13. I apologize. I'm trying to look through the phone, but it doesn't work, so I gotta look above. She got again. Looks like she got interrogated a couple more times in May of 26. Then the next interrogation almost took a month. So on the June 22, 1948, was another interrogation. So, you know, they have an investigation going on. Then they call her again. Then she got number 16 is kind of like a insert. Anyways, a part of her interrogation, I guess they took the best parts and they wrote it down. Oh, no, never mind. It's a different person. So now they get in other people involved. So number 16, that's somebody named Menace. So on July, July 7th, they already talking to some other person. On July 8th, another person, and the same person. Okay, so that's two people had the same last name. So they interrogated somebody last name August or something like that. We'll see later on July 8th, and then they interrogated another person with the same last name. So maybe husband and wife or mother and daughter. And then number 19, they interrogated another person on July 12th. So as you see, they were digging. There's a copy of some letter, and then there's a decision was made. Then there's a spravka. That's a popular Soviet word, spravka. So it's the paper reference to something from the prison. So that's when probably they say, yeah, we took this person. Then there's another raspiska. So they confirm, yeah, we got her, I guess. Protocol об окончании следствия, that's the record of finishing the investigation. Medical, another spravka, so that's the medical document that claims that she was healthy. I looked ahead already. Обвинительное заключение, so that's the final verdict. And a couple more spravki. So this is what опись документов. That's how much it took to convict this person in her criminal activity. Okay, so let's go to the page 2. There's nothing on this side, so it's a two-sided page about contents. Постановление о принятии дела к производству. So that's pretty much order to begin investigation, so opening the case. May 8th. In Tallinn, so that's the capital of Estonia. As I said, it's confirmation. And it's a standard form. It says me, я, начальник отдела следственного отдела МГБ СССР майор Udalov, looks like. So it's a major, last name Udalov. So he looked at the materials according to against this lady Kulikova Antonina, which was arrested on May 12, 1948, in her crimes that covered by the Article 121 of Russian Federation criminal case. And I discovered that we need to investigate further into this matter according to the Article 110, once again over the Russian Federation procedures, and I ordered постановил. So we need to get going on this case, 9902. So this is pretty much initial start of the whole procedure. So someone can already open the case, brought him, and he says, yes, I agree, Major Udalov. I hope we can find some information on him. So he said, yes, I agree. We need to get this thing going. Alright, so let's take, so you see they mark them like this is actual page 1, so that was a title page. Now let's look at the page 2. This one is a little bit hard to read. I'll try to scan or take pictures and play a little bit with colors to make it more readable. But this is actually Постановление на арест, so that's an arrest order. That's the most scariest piece of paper you can encounter in the Soviet Union. So it's all official stamps. This one is actually, looks like both languages, Russian and Estonian. And it's approved in Tallinn. So after looking at the постановление, I made a decision that Kulikova Antonina, born in 1921, and she originally from Kazan, that's the Tatarskaya Автономная Республика, so it's a Tatar Autonomous Republic. She was Russian, so by nationality is Russian, citizen of Soviet Union. Беспартийная, so they always mention that you party member or not. So no, she wasn't a party member, and she worked as in the lab of the main hospital, SBF. I'm not sure what SBF stands for, so there was a hospital in Tallinn. Maybe it's Baltijski Flot, maybe it's a Baltic Fleet. So she worked as a lab assistant in the lab of the main hospital of Baltic Fleet, it looks like, in Tallinn. And I was located on Street Weisenberg 12-2. And he discovered or determined, нашел, that Kulikova Antonina, being a secret сотрудник органов государственной, so she was a secret agent of the state security, she встала на путь предательства, so she became a traitor, she stepped on the road of betrayal. И двурушничество, that's an interesting Russian word. It's kind of like old-fashioned. So it's like you deal with two hands, so one hand doesn't know what other hand is doing. So she was doing secret work while also doing criminal work against the government. So government forced her pretty much to be a secret agent, and she was doing it along with other things. And then she умышленно расшифровала себя. This is an interesting expression again. I never met that before. So purposely she decoded herself. So she told someone like, hey, I'm a secret agent to the people that were doing anti-Soviet activities. So she was actually sent to spy on those guys. And she told them like, hey, I'm an agent and you probably should watch your mouth. So that's, and for that crime, it was decided to arrest her and search her. And I was confirmed by these people. One last name is Karmilin, lieutenant of МГБ. Министерство государственной безопасности, Ministry of State Security, and полковник Mizin. So that's another guy. So this is what her crime. She was forced probably to be an informant, and she told people, hey, I'm an informant, so you better watch out. So this is interesting beginning. So that's page 2. All right, so that was page number 2. Let's move to page number 3. So this is arrest order. And page number 3 kind of looks similar. Это постановление об избрании меры пресечения. So this is decision what we can do with arrested persons. So she can be arrested, and then she will sign, for example, a promise to stay in a city, right? Подписка не выйти, so I'm not going to leave the city. But it's of course up to МГБ, not up to her. So this says that once again, Tallinn, May 12 at 1800. So first, there's interesting, says, Arrest санкционируется. So arrest is approved by a Major of Justitia. And this is the Minister of Estonian State Security approved the approval But here's the decision what to do. And it says, I, старший уполномоченный отделения МГБ лейтенант Кормилицын, another person to look up. So he, a lieutenant of MGB, and he, once again, it's all her data. That right here, once again, that she worked at the hospital in Tallinn, originally from Kazan, Russian. I discovered that she достаточно изобличается в совершенном преступлении. So she is sufficiently proven to do this criminal activity, according to the Article 121 of Russian Federation, and considering the fact that while being out on the street на свободе, she can dodge the investigation and the court. So using Articles 145 and 158, once again, of Russian Federation, I'm ordering, постановил, to choose, basically to her to, let's see, отношения. So she needs to находиться под стражей. So she needs to stay in jail. She should be arrested and remain in jail during this investigation. So, and a copy of this order should be attached to her criminal case. This is his signature, Kормилицын, lieutenant. It was approved by подполковник Colonel Mizin. So you see, it's Estonian Republic in all the Russian last names. So MGB of Estonia is being run by Russians. Kормилицын, Mizin, and here this is the per person. She wrote by hand. So настоящее постановление мне объявлено. So I got informed of this постановление, of this order, May 12, 1948, and it's her. This is Antonina Kulikova signature. So she's like, yeah, I agree. Not say I agree, but like, yes, I was informed that I will be arrested and remain in jail while my investigation is going on. Poor girl. So this is page 3. Now, she was born 1921. This is 1948. So she, 27-year-old. All right, we're moving to page number 4. There's another official form. So once again, Estonskaya Sovietskaya Sovietskaya Respublika. Not all the documents is in Russian, so it's Estonian Republic, Ministry of State Security, Министерство государственной безопасности. Order number 503. It's given to the сотруднику, so given to the person who works for MGB, Lieutenant Kормилицын. So he needs to arrest and search Kulikova Antonina Petrovna, and that she lived in Tallinn, Ulica Street, Weizenberg Street, 12-2. And it's sanctioned, so as you see, they show it's all legit. You got Minister of State Security of Estonia signed that. His department, what? Can't tell the number which department, but this is says Department of MGB. So as you see, it's like a arrest factory. It's all done, I could say almost officially. Actually, I missed one part. So this is the back page of the page 4. So this is a copy. Now this is, I guess it's called Estonian language. So they wrote that, filled it up also. So it's a dual language paperwork. Front page is in Russian. Back page is in Estonian language. So it's a nice touch. Okay, and now we're at the page number 5. Anketa арестованного. So that's the personal data of arrested person, like a questionnaire. And it's an interesting part. It says it's forbidden to give this paper to actual arrested person. It should be filled by a person who arrested using words. So you ask questions and you fill it and you verify it with the document. So this is not filled by Antonina, it's filled by officer that arrested her. So last name Kulikova, имя отчество Antonina Petrovna, born 1921, which you already know that. Kazan, so that's the name of the city. And they didn't fill all the way because it's a Tatarskaya Автономная Республика, but they just put USSR, Autonomous Soviet Republic, but didn't mention which one. Her address, profession, she's a laboratory helper, laborantka. Place of work, once again, it's the Central Hospital of, I guess, Baltic Fleet in Tallinn. Once again, what she worked. So this is the official form. Let's see if anything on the back page of this document. Oh yeah. So we keep on going here. Nationality, Russian, citizenship, Soviet Union, but there's no documents about her number of her passport. Then party membership, BP, беспартийная, the standard Soviet abbreviation. Education, 9 classes, so it's like a basic. I think at that time was 11 years in school, so she did 9. Social происхождение, so it's where she socially from peasants, is крестьян. Previous troubles with law, so судимости, if she ever been again, it says no, she wasn't, never, it's her first time to be arrested and sentenced. And once again says if she ever was arrested, for what reasons. Her father, Kulikov Pyotr, died in 1921, so that's her family, page 6. Her mother, Kulikova Alexandra, died in 1927. Man, they died young. Like she was born, what did it say? So she was born in 1921, and that's when her father died, and her mom passed away 6 years later, so poor thing had no parents. This is the question about the wife and children, so she had no children, no husband, wife or husband. And here, about brothers and relatives, so brothers and sisters, so she had one brother, Filipov Konstantin, born in 1918. Not sure why he has a lot different last name, Filipov. She's not sure where he was born. And he's still in Kazan, so what place she came from. And then she had sister, Borodina Nadezhda Petrovna. So Borodina, so she married, she took her husband's last name, born in 1915. And she also lives currently in Kazan. For the state bank, oh my goodness, she probably got in trouble after her sister got arrested. And this is the picture of our lady, Kulikova Antonina. Poor girl. And pointing fingerprint of the right hand. And her signature. Man, this is depressing. Alright, so I just flipped the page. We're still working on a 6. And this is interesting. It deserves, I gotta take a picture. I don't want to go through it right now, but it's called Словесный портрет. So it's the description of the person in the words. So describe how he looks. So you're supposed to circle or something, but anyways, they didn't do anything. So you need to describe their height, their shoulders, color of hair, forehead, brows, nose, mouth, lips, chin, ears, and it gives you example what kind of description. I gotta take separate pictures. This is actually quite Fascinating. Any special markings, any special about person appearance? No. Any tattoos? No. Then it says основание для ареста, why the person was arrested. It's because there was an order. And location. So it was done by MGB, Ministry of State Security in Tallinn. And the person, so Sergeant, another person here, that's the one who was arresting. And then in the bottom here is basically, nothing was filled, but it's about pictures and even, I'm not sure what Dacta Carta is, but anyway, so this is her personal information anketa. Okay, page number 7, so that's a small document called Protocol личного обыска. So that's the personal search, kind of like a report. So it was done in jail. So she got arrested, brought to jail and searched on May 12, 1948. They performed search of this person and they discovered, I'm not sure what is the first item. It's something damskie, so something female. Almost look like a резинки, like a female rubber bands, maybe hairband, one piece, and 3 different keys. So this is the only thing she had on her. Nothing else. So this is another standard form, Protocol личного обыска. Okay, and the next page, there'll be a document about searching her apartment. So it's a protocol. And it says the people that performed the search, Captain Zimkin and Junior Lieutenant Kul. First time I see something, last name sounds like Estonian. So they searched apartment according to the order, and she had a witness who was the owner of the apartment. So she was renting a room, I guess. So of course, they always require witnesses like понятые. So there will be a couple of people that were there while an apartment will be searched. And there's the list of items that they found and confiscated or took. And it's pretty much Soviet passport on her name, her labor union ticket, her savings book, so whether she kept money in the bank. She had 50 rubles and 8 kopecks. It's not a lot of money in 1948, hardly any. Then they found Bible. That's when she got in trouble, I think, which was published in Berlin in 1922. Let's see. Then they found 5 books, 5 books with different religious words. Can do that. So basically they found a lot of religious literature on her. Books. So all the religious books actually. Let's see what else we got here. So there's no complaints about their search. They didn't seal the room. They made the list. And there's a note. It says they found a bunch of religious items like books and stuff. And this is the signature of the people who did the search and the witnesses. So that's page number 8. Looking at page number 9, it says it's a copy. So it's the act, so it's a note from the people who performed the search. It's pretty neat handwriting. So May 13. So that's Captain Vyazankin and Junior Lieutenant Kul, that we wrote the statement that we didn't make a list of items that belong to this lady because she didn't own anything. So like chairs, furniture, whatever, she didn't own anything. And we didn't seal her apartment, her living area, because she didn't have any. So she said she basically was renting, she was living in the same room as the owners. Says this apartment belongs to citizen Shalyapin, which with his family occupies one room, and they were renting part of the room to this lady. So this is why they didn't seal the room. And it doesn't say apartment, it says a room. So it probably sounds like a communal apartment. So you have some rich people before revolution or before occupation of Estonia lived in a nice large apartment. Now it got subdivided, so each room has a family and they share a kitchen and a bathroom. And this family was renting part of the room to this lady. So that says, it's going to be interesting to find this building if it still exists. So it's a Weizenberg number 12, apartment number 1. So this is what location. So this poor lady literally had nothing. So that's page number 9, why we didn't find any items that belonged to her and why we didn't sealed her apartment, because she had no apartment. Document number 10, it's called kvitanция, so it's like, I can't know how to translate it, so it's kind of like confirmation number 706 from AFFO, have no idea what that means. Something financial, probably department, because it says that she had 94 rubles and 90 kopecks, and that's what they took from her, and they signed the paper like, hey, this is the money we found on this person, and she had another 50 rubles on savings accounts. So definitely not much money at all. So that's document number 10, kvitanция. Okay, I think this is a good spot to stop, and we'll continue in my next video going through this criminal case. Next part is actually protocol dопроsa, so that's the interrogation. That's when she was answering all the questions from the MGB. Well, I hope you, I don't know, you can say enjoyed this video, but definitely we're all learning something new. I feel sorry for this poor lady, Kulikova Antonina. I hope she survived, because she ended up going to the labor camp for her crime. This is what happens when you live in Estonia, but you're still under the Russian law, Russian Federation. And I'm thinking my grandpa, who also went to labor camp for being POW in Germany. I have a video about that. I'll provide link below in the comment section. Alright, well, thank you for watching Ushanka Show, and part 2 is coming soon. До свидания, goodbye.